Alright, welcome to the sector. We're doing campaign, Crusade of Fire campaign battle report. The fighting continues on the surface of Corvus Majoris. And then it's going to be some Tyranids fighting an allied contingency of Tau and some Space Marines. We are playing the Crusade with 4 objectives. 2 are over here, and 2 are here in the woods and in behind the castle there. We've got the Dawn of War deployment style. The Tau and Space Marines are going to set up over here on this side of the board. They won first turn and elected to give Tyranids deployment and first turn. Tyranids are going to set up over here. I'll show you what we've got. 1,500 points of Tau with Space Marine allies versus 1,500 points of mids. The Tyranid, the Tau main force is a commander with missiles, and suit and chip, all the goodies. 2 shield drones, 7 marker drones, an ethereal. It's actually a crew posing as an ethereal, and 2 squads of 9 fire warriors. Gonna bring a hammerhead with long strike in it. Gonna bring 3 broadsides. One of them has Skyfire, and one of them has a target lock, and they're the missile pod style. 3 shield drones with them, and then the Space Marine allies. My friend, the Chapter Master on bike with hammer and shield and artificer armor. 5 bikes, troops with 2 grab guns in it, and a thunderfire cannon. It's also night fighting here on this table, so turn 1 will be night fighting. That went into my decision to do. Oh, show me what you got here for the 1,500 points of mids.
There are 20 Fleshbore Termagants and 7 Devour Termagants in this one squad. 6 Rippers with Spine Fists and the Tunneling Swarm. There's 2 units of Rippers there. There's a unit of 20 Termagants with Devourers. The Trigun Prime with the Miasma Cannon and Regeneration. The Hive Crone. Tyranid Prime with Lash Whip and Bone Swords, Devourer, and the Norn Crown. It's a Venomthrope, a unit of 3 Hive Guard, and a unit of 2 Zoanthropes.
Alright. Tyranids are going to deploy first. We'll be back and show you deployment on that board. Okay, deployment ended up looking like this. We've got the Tyranids went first, and they were given first turn. First deployment, we've got Zoanthropes and the Hive Guards here. What's this guy called again?
That's the Hive Crone.
Hive Crone.
With the 4 tentacled missiles.
And all the troops over here.
The Prime and the Venomthrope.
Venomthrope.
And 27 Termagants.
And then everything over here is deep striking, right?
Yep, 20 Devour Termagants, the Tyranid Prime, Trigun Prime, and 2 units of Rippers.
Alright, and then I deployed fully, like a good Tau. Way in the back corner. Long strike here, broadsides here.
Range for
troops.
Thunderfire.
Thunderfire, marker lights, commander, and the bikes in the woods because they have White Scar tactics.
They don't give a crap.
All right.
About
you wanna try and seize on me?
I think.
Oh, I try and seize on you. Yeah. So let's see if I can Caesar. Oh wow! Seized. Oh boy.
Oh, man,
it's night fight. It's night fight. We'll see what happens. That's how it goes. Here is Tau turn 1 who seized. Everything moved forward a little bit. Fire Warriors and Ethereal moved into the building. Chapter Master and Bikes moved forward. Got some grab gun shots off on the Hive Guard. The Orbital Strike from Chapter Master whiffed.
Thunderfire whiffed.
Thunderfire Cannon totally whiffed.
Long Strike
whiffed. The broadsides, one broadside was in range of the guard and did a wound, I think.
Yep.
And who else did a wound to the guard? somebody else.
I think that was.
And then some shooting.
He killed the Zoanthrope.
What shooting? Who killed the Zoanthrope?
I think that was. It had to be these Fire Warriors, I think.
I think the Fire Warrior, yeah, maybe. Fire Warrior shooting got off onto these Zoanthrope and killed one. Yeah, because they took away...
Failed two saves.
So that's turn one, night fighting. Top of one, we'll be back with the Tyranids as they do their turn one. Alright, turn one for the Tyranids. Saw the Crone fly forward, drop its Flamer template thing. Drool cannon, and 2 failed armor saves, killed 2 bikes, and then let's see what Hiveguard shot at Chapter Master, and he failed a save and took a wound. The Gants all ran forward. Zoanthrope hid behind the house over there, and it was a nice, quick, and dirty turn one in the night for the Tyranids. That's how it looks at the end of one. Alright, turn two saw Bike stayed back. They didn't want to move forward and dump some shots. Although, all in all, it wasn't all that effective. I did all shooting here. Tried to do some Skyfire, shooting from the broadsides into here. What I ended up doing? 2 wounds?
Yep, 2 wounds.
2 wounds here, and I ended up doing what? Killing.
There was, I think, yeah, they killed 2 more Hive
Guard. Killed 2 more Hive Guard that already had a wound. Each had wounds on them, and other than that, it was looked like all.
Another Termagant.
I killed a Termagant from some shooting, and that is it. So we're gonna do turn 2.
See what reserves come.
All right, at the end of turn 2 for the Tyranids, we had the, what's this thing called?
The Trigon Prime.
Trigon Prime burrowed up from the ground and laid template down and fired and killed a bunch of marker drones, and then
Bioelectric Pulse.
Some saves were made. These Rippers burrowed up from the ground also and shot into the Ethereal and his squad, forcing them to go to ground in the bolstered terrain. This guy vector struck and killed 2 more bikes, and then laid down Flamer template here. Is what's this? A spit
the drill
cannon. And shield drone tanked the wounds. And Zoanthrope laid down a fire
Chapter Master
and denied the witch. And then these
guys,
couple of shots were made here. So that's how things are left with. A very close combat for the Tau. Let's see how they can handle it in turn 3. Alright, here's turn 3 for the Tau and Space Marines. We had to deal with the threat of the Rippers that popped up here and the Trigon. Is that what that thing was?
Yeah,
that popped up here. So we managed to handle it. Bikes moved forward and took shots on it. Did a wound or 2 in some grab gun wounds as in shooting. Later killed it in assault, but it wiped out the last biker. And then he consolidated towards the Zoanthrope. Everybody, even the group that went to ground, fired at the Rippers here pretty much. Except for the broadside one. This broadside had Skyfire, and his other member of the unit fired at the Crone, killed that. And then the other broadside with target lock and the Fire Warriors wiped out the Rippers. Long Strike, what Long Strike do? He did a wound, I think, to the Trigon. Yep. And Thunderfire Cannon finally did something and dropped templates and wiped out some Gants back here. And that's turn 3 for Tau. We'll be back with Tyranid turn 3. Turn 3 for the Tyranids. Saw the Termagants come out of the Trigon's hole. Zoanthrope shot forward. Sorry.
Did penned on Long Strike.
Yeah, he penned it, immobilized it, did a hull point. Some shooting. 60 shots, right?
Yep.
60 shots into the Chapter Master. He rolled 2 1s, and he took 8 wounds. I took 8 wounds and rolled 2 1s, so I'm down to my very last wound on Chapter Master. He's tanking like a boss, and I think that's it. Movement over here.
Yep. Hive
some
Guard tried to
trap?
shoot at
You
your
did, oh, you
commander.
did. You did. Who?
Really
Hive
made
Guard
your
did a
armor safe.
wound on Commander over here, and he rolled a 1. So pressure's still on. Tyranids at the gates, and that's how it looks at the end of. Okay, turn 4 for the Tau Space Marines. It was pretty successful. What did I end up doing? All the Tyranid Termagants that were here got fire dumped into them from Commander, Fire Warriors. Really, the broadsides. I think the broadsides killed 18 or something of them. This long strike did a little bit of shooting into your kill, about 5 or something. Thunderfire Cannon continued to be pretty ineffective. And then Chapter Master engaged the Zoanthrope and killed it in combat and regrouped a little bit, turned around. So it was good. It was able to kill all the Nids here, killed the Synapse here, and sort of beat back all of the Nids that were in my face. He's got Rippers that are going to come in, and that's turn. We'll be back with turn 4. All right. So the Tyranids had a moral victory. The Trigon, correct?
Seemed like the right thing.
Tyranid Prime. Sorry, the Tyranid Prime and the Hive Guard charged Chapter Master and killed him. He rolled a 1 on 1 wound. So they were psyched to wipe him out. These guys moved, consolidated around in the woods, or tried to move through the woods, but didn't roll very high. The Rippers deep struck to here and shot up into the building and killed the marker drone and a shield drone. Did a fair amount of shooting into the building and missed some saves there. So that's turn 4 wrapped up. We're going to play turn 5 and see where we're at. Okay, this is my turn 5. I managed to
Kill that last Hive Guard.
kill the Hive Guard. He took a lookout, sir, I think, when Long Strike shot at him. And then I did what? Did I do a wound to the guy, or he made all the saves?
You did.
I did one wound to it, or?
Yep.
I did one wound to it, but he made a bunch of saves.
Made a lot of saves.
Shot pretty much everything at it except the 2 broadsides shot over here and killed most of the Rippers. They left 1 base.
5 out of 6 Rippers.
And pretty much almost everything else. I think everything else shot. All the squads, Long Strike, even Thunderfire hit 3 times. But he made a bunch of saves, so he's still alive. And he's got this squad, and he'll do his turn 5. Alright, game goes on into turn 6. End of turn 5 saw the Tyranids stay in terrain on the objective. He turned backwards and gained a wound. He regenerated 1. Put some fire into, tried to shoot at the commander, but was ineffective. And then this guy got closer, but nobody. He didn't.
Shot at the Fire Warriors.
Shot at the Fire Warriors, didn't do anything, and didn't assault it. So game goes on to 6. Alright, the game is ending. We're going to call it. In my shooting, I was able to shoot the Ethereal's, extra shot power on all the Fire Warriors, and they killed the contesting Ripper here. The missile pod guy and the broadside shot and killed the warlord here.
Yeah,
I still had Thunderfire and Hammerhead to shoot that I could have shot at the troops, but we called it because basically he's down to just Venomthrope and troops. Great game. Appreciate it was super fun. You kept the pressure on. All the way up to it. It was if the game had ended in turn 5, it probably would have ended as a tie.
Yeah.
Really good stuff. Highlights of my unit. Let's see. Obviously, the broadsides did really well, wiping out Gantz here. He had the flyer did well for the Tyranids. Bike Sander. Always does well. Super exciting game, and that was a campaign game, Crusade of Fire. So the Tau and Space Marines beat back the Tyranid infestation on Corvallis Majoris, and we will see how the campaign progresses. Check out the podcast we do here called Veterans of the Long War on iTunes and Facebook. And we'll be continuing to do more battle reports. That's how it ended up. Great game. Good night.